Hello, welcome to Morris Money, where we give you stock tips in under 5 minutes. I'm your host, Willie. Today, I'm talking about a potential red flag with ILUS. I'm breaking down their share structure and what it means for the company and you as the investor. Do you see Mr. Northington? He's subscribed in style, and so can you. Subscribe in style with Morris Money. Let's start off with the CEO of ILUS, Nick Link. Now, he owns 20 million common share of the company, which represents about 1.5% of the outstanding shares within the common stocks. Now, this came from a transfer of shares as a result of a merger. Let's continue because this is where it could get a little fishy. Nick Link also owns 10 million shares of the preferred A stock. That's 100% of the preferred A class stock. He also owns 60,741,000 preferred D stock, 100% of the preferred D stock. In addition, he also owns 3.4 million preferred B stock, 100% of the preferred B stock. And this is a transfer from common stock. Now, let's break down the preferred share classes. 10 million Class A preferred shares were made to convert at 3 common shares for every 1 preferred Class A share, and voting rights of 500 common shares for every 1 preferred Class A share. All 10 million preferred Class A shares have been issued to the company's CEO, as we know. When it comes to Class B, 10 million preferred shares convert at 3 common shares for every 1 Class B preferred share. Let's talk about the Class D. On February 14, 2020, the company designated Class B 60,741,000 preferred shares, par value 1/10 of 1 cent, that converted at 500 common shares for every 1 preferred Class D common share, with voting rights of 500 common shares for every 1 preferred Class D share. Do you see the potential problem here? Now, I'm not saying anything fishy is going on, but Nick Link obviously has a lot of shares within the company, owning 100% of 3 preferred stock classes, along with 1.5% of the outstanding common stock available. The bad thing too here is that, from my understanding and what I've read, there's not necessarily a lockup period with the stock, so he could technically sell at any time. Now, you do have other people in the company and other businesses that have received stock from merger transactions that have other preferred stock, but nobody else owns 100% of 3 different classes of preferred shares. Even John Paul Backwell, the managing director of ILUS, only owns a little over 1 million preferred F shares, translating to about 18% of the preferred F shares available, and this is from management compensation. I made this video just to share my thoughts about it, and because I've seen people talking about a potential management scheme with them owning a lot of the shares. I guess they were referring to Nick Link, and this hurting shareholders over time. But I'd also like to think that the CEO of a growing company owns a lot of shares because he sees the upside potential. That might just be the bull in me, but I'd hate to think that they're building up this big company just for it to crash down on everybody else. Are people overreacting? And what do you think about ILUS's share price recently, because it's seen no breaks? It's now sitting at around 6 or 7 cents. This is back around the 4 cent area. Could we be seeing a bottom? I don't know. But as a long-term ILUS shareholder, I hope that there are brighter days ahead. But again, let me know what you think about all this below. Please don't take this video as financial advice, and thank you for watching Morris Money.